Welcome back to the Crochet Credits with my friends over at Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the Scrubbing Bobbles Crochet Dishcloth. This is a dishcloth using a brand new yarn called Lily Sugar and Cream, and it's called Scrub Off. And you're going to notice that it has scrubbing power that has been worked into it. It's still 100% cotton, but we have sections that have been processed differently to give you the scrubbing power. Let me show you the leftover, the ball of the sample that I'm about to show you. So this is what you pretty much have left at the end of a ball. Of course you can always just do another round if you wanted to use it up completely. This is a really great pattern. You're gonna need a 5mm size H crochet hook, and I'm gonna tell you how to change the size just in case you would like to make a bigger or smaller dishcloth. I found this yarn to be really quite addictive, and I found myself staring at the ball, and what I didn't realize that on the first glance here is that everything is looking very kind of unique in the sense that when you go to crochet with this, you're gonna see that it's gonna be variegated, and then you're going to see that it's gonna transition, and the scrub off section here was solid green. So when I looked at it, I'm thinking, well, I see other colors that not just solid green, and as I worked through it, the green changed to a different color, so it wasn't variegated anymore. But when the scrub off came back into play, it was then variegated, and then a different color of green came, and then the variegated came back, and then it was variegated of this, and etc. My point being is that it took almost this entire dishcloth before the color returned back to the original color that we started. And if I look carefully here, you see that this peachy color here, or papaya, it doesn't return until the end of the ball. So it's kind of really neat. So when you're looking at these balls, you might actually find them really quite addictive and to be able to follow when you'll see the colors come back into play. So this is Lily Sugar and Cream Scrub Off. Now I'm gonna teach you how to change the sizes, and we're gonna do a small sample with you here on camera today. So the dishcloth you see on here is bigger than what is suggested. It's suggested to go to 8 inches and then do a border, but I wasn't paying attention. I went to 9 inches and then did a border. My point being is that I could actually do that and I still had yarn to play with. It depends on your tension, of course. So what you're gonna find is that you're gonna have these bobbles that will pop up, so it's extra scrubbing power. The other side it's flat, but this side has those bobbles. I don't know if you can see that here on camera. So what we have is that these are in multiples of 4. So if you'd like to change the size, I've already worked it out, is that you always keep it in sets of 4. So 4, 4, 4, 4, and you'll notice that this pattern says chain 32. Well, that's divisible by 4. So what we want to do is that we want to crochet either to the pattern, or we're going to choose and change it yourself. If you make anything bigger, one of these dishcloths is pretty much one ball. So if you want to make it bigger, you may have to consider buying more than one ball. So without further ado, let's get started today. We're gonna be starting off with a 5mm size H crochet hook. I would be strategic on where you start. Look at the inside of the ball and look at the outside. Get the yarn that is refined, because it makes it easier for the chain in order for yourself to get started. So do yourself a favor and look for that, and if you have to just adjust the ball, that's what you would need to do. So just begin, and it says to chain 32. So I'm gonna leave that in your hands, but I'm gonna do just a smaller sample. Remember I said that the multiples are in stitches of 4. So I'm only gonna just do 12 stitches. That's divisible by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So either go all the way to 32 or just have a multiple of 4. So let's do row number 1. No matter what size that you did, as long as it's divisible by 4 or it's the original chaining of 32, you're gonna go second chain from the hook. So just count it back. So 1 and 2. The color that you see on camera today is called Energetic Pink, and you're going to single crochet yourself all the way across your sample. Okay, so just go right across the chain, and then meet me at the end of your chain in just a moment. Once you get to the end of your chain, just turn your work. And now rows number 2 and 3 get repeated later on down the road. So we're just going to chain total of 3. That counts as a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and that's your first stitch. Go to your second then to start. So you're just gonna double crochet yourself all the way across your row. So just keep an eye on the ball. It gets addictive to see when that scrub off will come into play, and just continue to double crochet yourself all the way across, and I'll see you at the end of this. This is row number 2. So I'm coming up to the end of row number 2. That's it. So you're gonna turn your work and now do row number 3. Number 3 is just a single crochet. So chain up 1 and just single crochet in each of the stitches going all the way across for row number 3. Now if you were working with the regular size sample, you'll notice that the yarn would have already changed texture on you, and it would be awesome. So let's continue along. Row number 3, single crochet all the way across. Because it's a double crochet row below, when you're finishing up row number 3, make sure you go into a turning chain. Don't ever go into a gapping space. So go right into the turning chain to finish the last one. This is row number 3. So rows number 4 and 5 are asking you to repeat second and third rows one more time. So what I need you to do is that I need you to look at second row, and second row is the double crochet. So chain up 3 and then just double crochet starting in the next one all the way across your project again. So just double crochet all the way across. This is repeating of row number 2, which is technically row number 4. So I'm finishing up row number 4, just double crocheting in the last one, and then row number 5, this is technically row number 3 again. So it's just chain up 1 and 1 single crochet all the way across. So the next row that we're going to do, row number 6, is going to be the bobble row. So you're just going to single crochet your way all the way across, and again watch for that turning chain on the end whenever you have a double crochet below. So you'll have double crochets when it's solid double crochets, and you'll also have them when you're doing the bobble rows as well, which will be next. So just go right into a turning chain. So let's start number 6. Turn your work, and now we're going to do the bobbles. So you're gonna, everything is in sets of 4. So here's how you're gonna start. You're gonna chain up 3, counts as a double crochet, and in the next 2 you're going to place in 1 double crochet, and then you're gonna do a bobble into the next, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So the 4th one here is going to be a bobble. So you're just gonna wrap the hook going into the stitch, pull through 2 and hold it, and you want to do that a total of 5 times. So wrap in, pull through 2 and hold, and keep on doing that until you get a total of 6 loops on your hook. And 6 loops means that you totally did it 5 times, which is what you want to do. So there's your 5 and this is your 6. Pull through all of them and then move and double crochet the next 3 in a row. So 1, 2 and 3. And in my hands the scrub off is coming into play. So the next one is a bobble, so let's do the same thing. So wrap and going in, pull through 2 and hold it, and keep doing that a total of 5 times. And you will see 6 loops on your hook. Because it's kind of fluffy and stuff, it may not be so obvious, but you can't have this kind of texture and not have any kind of like it can't be always that clear to see all your stitches. So but you can see it here, and that's pretty awesome. So you have a 6 loops on your hook. If you just count to 5 you should be good. So eventually you're gonna come all the way down to the end and just 1 double crochet in each, then all the way to the end, which is only 3 left anyway. So just think of it this way. There was 3 at the end, there's 3 at the beginning, and that puts you back in balance, and you can see it on this side. So now it says to repeat rows 3 to 6 until the pattern works out to be about 8 inches, and you're gonna end on the 5th row. So let's review rows number 3 to 6 once more. So row number 3, it says to single crochet, so you're gonna chain up 1 and you're gonna do 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets that exist. You can feel it with your fingers, and your hook can feel where the hole is if you can't see it. And so you just work your way all the way across, and you're just single crocheting. So that was row number 3, just a single crochet across. Rows number 4 and 5 are what we already know. So rows number 4 is technically row number 2. So we're gonna chain up 3, that counts as your first double crochet, and then you want to double crochet in each one of the stitches going across. I got 2 stitches left, so I got the top of this one, and I got the turning chain to worry about. So just going in to the last turning chain and putting it in. So row number 5, turn your work, is the single crochet. So just think about it this, you got your bobble, single, double, single, bobble. Okay, that's how you remember it. So just chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet in the top of your stitches going all the way back across. And then, okay, turn your work, and now this row is the bobble again. So you're gonna chain up 3, that's your first double crochet, and then the next 2 are each a double crochet. So 1 and 2. The nice thing about this scrub off here is that you see that there's fibers hanging off. They're not looped in any way, so they don't get caught on your hook. The next one, the 4th one in, is your bobble. So just wrap the hook and start collecting and do it 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then pull through all of the loops, and now the next 3 in a row will each be 1 double crochet. So 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and the next one is a bobble, so do it 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Pull through, and then the last 3 that you'll have is each 1 double crochet. So 1, 2, and don't forget that turning chain on the last one. So you're just gonna repeat what you already know. So if you look at it from this perspective, if you turn around, so it's a single, double, single, and then a bobble. Okay, so single, double, single, bobble. Eventually you're gonna come up to the end of the project and it says to end on row number 5. So I'm just now finishing up to the top. So you have to go to 8 inches, but here's what we need to look for. This is the bobble. It'll be a single, double, and single, and that's where you're gonna stop. So the bobble is not that close to the edge. Once you're ready to go around, you're just going to chain up 1, and you're just gonna equally space out your single crochets going all the way down the side of the project. So if it starts to buckle on you as far as like pulling too tight, that means that you're jumping too quickly, and make sure that you go into some chain work. Don't go into a space because that'll keep it open. So go and just find your way. Because it is easy to work with, you'll find that your hooks will just sink in right where they need to. Now the corners of each one of these will always be the same. There's always gonna be 3 single crochets in a corner in order to effectively turn. And the nice thing about it too is that the bottom piece here and the top, you can see the stitches. So you only have to equally space out the single crochets going down the sides as you come on all the way around. So please do that now, and I'm about to hit a corner and I'm just gonna continue. So you can see it gets a little easier when it's into the regular cotton work. So on the very edge corner, so just put in 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and then just come across the base and keep and just let it turn. This is the starting, so just trap it right up underneath it and then it will be well hidden, and keep that going as you see. So please do that all the way around, and I will see you at the end of this round. So eventually you'll get all the way back around and just put in 2 more double crochets or single crochets in the end, and then just slip stitch it to the beginning. So it doesn't matter which yarns, whether you're finishing off with the scrub off section or this, it doesn't really matter. You'll find that it's easy to work with and it's good to go. To hide in your loose ends, because you are doing dishes, you're gonna wanna use a tapestry needle to hide that in. So just using a tapestry needle, just weave it in. Even a small section like this would be useful for at least my house. And just go up underneath the stitch work, and just make sure you go back and forth a total of 3 times to catch everything in. If you only go twice, then it has a potential to fall out. So 3 times going through 3 different paths back and forth is a great way to hide your pieces. So please do that, and then that's it for today's projects. So that's it for now. Have a great day. We hope to see you again.